you? She's a priceless presenter, Fern Britton. He's a free agent, Stephen Mangan. And their team captain, David Mitchell. And facing them tonight, beaten by a Tory, Ken Livingston. Always got a story, Reginald D. Hunter. And their team captain, Lee Mack. And your host, Rob Brydon.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show where fibbing is the order of the day. When they're lying, people fidget awkwardly, they shuffle their feet, and they avoid eye contact. I know this is a fact because the other day I did a stand-up gig to an audience of 2,000 liars. We lie the most on the telephone because there's no written record. Lee lies on the phone all the time. There's never really a fire, is there, Lee? And scientists believe we evolved the ability to lie simply because it helps us to get food and sex. I don't have to lie to get food. And so to round one, Home Truths. It's all about the extraordinary, exciting lives of our panellists. Each panellist will turn over a card containing either a true fact about themselves or a whopping lie that they've never seen before. Can the opposing team separate the truth from the fibs? First up, Reg.
The D in my name stands for delicious.
Obviously, why?
Well, it was the late 60s when I was born, 1969. There are a lot of black men my age around that time being given names like Reginald and Winston and Delicious because... because at that time in America, affirmative action had just started. So black women saw an opportunity for their children to get more jobs, so what they did was, we'll give him a name that will enable him to be, you know, recognizable yet dignified to potential employers.
And delicious is dignified?
Well, I mean, you have to understand how it's a little different in the black community than it is in your white world. And so, like the name Delicious commands great respect in the ghetto. You probably don't listen to much rap music, do you, Fern? Then there's MC Delicious, Big Papa Delicious.
French Golden.
Where did Reginald come from?
Reginald is a German name. It means mighty or wise power. And delicious means very tasty.
What was your father's name?
My father's name is Homer.
And what was his middle bit?
He didn't have a middle name.
No.
He grew up in the 30s and 40s, and it was very tough times for black people, and he couldn't afford a middle name.
And do you have brothers and sisters?
I do indeed.
And what are their names?
Well, there's Brenda, there's Kathy, there's Oliver, there's Scrumptious.
I don't think people would have thought that calling you delicious would help you get jobs, except as a food. Well, I think, shall we say it's a lie? I think that's what we're
going to feel stupid when it's true.
So you're saying it's a lie?
Yes.
Okay, Reg, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is a lie.
So what does the D stand for in your name?
What does the D stand for in my name? None of your business.
The D in Reg's name does not stand for delicious. I did once meet a person called Delicious, but not sure it was her real name, or if the other girl was really her sister, or if either of them were actually qualified nurses. But I will say, if you are watching Delicious, could I please have my wallet back? Stephen Mangan, you're up next.
Yeah, I once guessed the exact number of sweets in a Mini Cooper and was awarded a prize by Britain's tallest man.
How many sweets were in that car?
Yep. I can't remember, actually.
Oh, when was this?
I would have been about 11.
Can you give us a ballpark figure?
It was something in the sort of 4,000 area, because they were quite... they were quite big. I don't think they were...
4,000 sweets in a Mini Cooper?
I don't think they were
How
real sweets. They were probably, like, fake big sweets.
Right. What sweet were
What
they?
tipped you
No
off
idea.
to make you think that they was fake?
They just looked too big for a mouth.
If they're that big, you say about that big?
Quite big, yeah, but I don't know, about, yeah.
So they had massive fake sweets in a Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
I'm very suspicious of your story.
Yes, you can't remember the amount, you can't remember the size. And where was this? Any recollection of the country? Or...
Yeah. It was at Brent Cross Shopping Centre, and I won £100.
What?
That was the prize.
£100?
£100.
What year was this?
Oh. 83, something around there.
Late 80s and 83. Do you know, one bit of advice, don't ever try and make it in politics. You haven't got a chance.
And he knows. I sense you're edging ever closer to a decision.
What are we going to say, Ken?
He's lying.
Not that tough, then. Reginald?
My first instinct to say that that's too fantastic of a story to have ever happened to anybody. But then I think, you look like you might do anything. I'm gonna go with yeah.
I don't know who to go with. Reginald with his suave charm. Or you. I'm going to go with Ken here and say that you are, in fact, not telling the truth.
You're saying it's a lie. OK. So, Steve Mangan, truth or fiction?
It is, in fact, the truth.
Yes, it's actually true. Stephen did guess the exact number of sweets in a Mini Cooper and was awarded a prize by Britain's tallest man. I'm so glad that that story ended happily, considering it had the words car, sweeties and strange man in it. Ken, your turn to reveal all.
I am the Mayor of London.
I was the first person in the world to breed the Congolese frog, Hymenocyrus curtipes, in captivity.
This shouldn't take long. David.
Why? They are the only frog I know that has a prehensile anus. And...
Yeah, you've got our attention. What?
They can turn the anus into a small tube which sprays eggs or sperm in just about every general direction.
How did you make them breed?
Well, this was...
He stammered when he asked it. I love that. Sir, how did you make them breed?
Everybody else had kept them in tanks with an aerator, which bubbled away. And with the prehensile anus spraying the sperm and the eggs in all directions, if it's bubbly water, they just sink down and nothing happens. They need to stay on the surface film. So it's pure luck on my part.
Not in my wildest dreams. I ever think I'd hear Ken Livingstone say anus so many times.
You should have been around on election night.
OK, David, what is your decision?
Think it's...
I think it's a very clever lie, because we know how you like amphibians or reptiles or whatever. What is it? What's
Politicians.
Politicians.
You have to reach a decision.
Has he
What
had
do
a
you
lie
think?
yet, or is
Is
it
it
truth?
true or false? She thinks it's a lie, see?
Right.
You can't ask members of the
Of course
audience.
you can.
What is this?
Okay, hands up who thinks it's a lie.
Hands up.
And, yeah, and who thinks it's true?
What's this? What's this? It's unheard of on this show.
What I like, Fern, is we now have a sort of soupçon of ready, steady cook about it. So what are you going to say, then?
I think green tomatoes have got it.
Yeah? And you're saying it's...
I think, well, there was more hands
There
up
was
for
more
true.
for true, I think.
I'll
I think
go
we're
with
going
that.
to say it's true.
You're saying it's true? Right. Ken Livingstone, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It's true.
Yes, it's completely true. Ken was the first person in the world to breed the Congolese frog Hymenopterus curtipes. Have to say, Ken, perhaps if you'd concentrated a bit harder on your transport policy instead of Kermit, you'd still be in power. Our next round is called the Ring of Truth, in which I read out some celebrity facts, and all our teams have to do is decide if they're true or not. What could be simpler? David's team, take a look at this clip of someone that we can all look up to.
Now, years ago, a Brill-creamed head looking like patent leather was just the thing for the trendy young man.
1955, Saturday night, off to Tottenham Royal. So it was crash bash, sausage and mash, 2 kips and a bum-bum, little dab of douille, really so on the barnet. And then the combination was Old Spice on the German, a little bit of Old Spice, tiddly-winky-woo, with the Brill cream, bee's knees.
You know what? I wouldn't mind giving him a punchy once in the boat race. So here's the related fact, then, for David's team. The Archbishop of Canterbury once endorsed a Cockney version of the Bible. Is this possible, David's team?
Why would you need a Cockney version of the Bible?
It was to make the Bible more accessible to the man on the street.
So,
Some blush tomato, stigmata.
George Carey endorsed it in 2001. The feeding of the 5,000 becomes Jesus feeding 5,000 geezers from 5 loaves of Uncle Ned and 2 Lillian Gish. Jesus heals a deaf and dumb man is translated as Jesus heals a Mutt and Jeff geezer who couldn't rabbit either.
Please let this be true.
again, it'd be great if that was true.
Wouldn't it be? I'd buy it. I'd
I
buy
think
one of
we'd
those.
have heard about it, though, didn't
You
we?
would, wouldn't you? Chas and Dave would have done a CD.
Why is that clever? The rhyme is why is that good? You're using language to make it unclear. Say what you
Do you
mean.
think it was to stop the police knowing what you were talking about?
Well, people shouldn't stop the police knowing what they're talking about.
So what are you going to say?
Yeah.
I'd like to believe it, but I think it's a lie.
It has to be a lie, doesn't it?
Okay, we'll say lie.
You're saying lie. It is true. Yes, amazingly, it's true, and I have the book here.
Without Adam and Eve, it.
Let me read a bit to you, the Lord's Prayer.
I'm going to hate this, aren't I?
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay, I'll brace myself.
Hello, Dad.
Oh, God.
No, Dad.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, Dad, up there in good old heaven. Your name is well, great and holy, and we respect you, Gov. We hope we can all have a butcher's at heaven and be there as soon as possible, and we want to make you happy, Gov. It is true. When the book came out, it was a massive hit, which is also Cockney rhyming slang. Which means at the end of that round, it's David with 3 points and Lee with 2 points. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists, or, more embarrassingly, is someone from the Child Support Agency looking for Lee. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So, please welcome this week's special guest, Gordon. So, Stephen, what is Gordon to you?
Well, this is Gordon. Gordon and I were in a prog rock band called Aragon, and we recorded an album called The Wizard's Dream.
David, perhaps you'd like to explain your connection.
Yes, this is Gordon. He works in my local pet shop and recently sold me a hamster that died the very next day.
Finally, Fern, explain your relationship with Gordon.
This is Gordon. He's the subject of my life drawing class, and I have painted him naked 3 times.
There we are, then. Pretty straightforward. A former prog rocker, a purveyor of poorly pets, or a nude model. Lee's team, where would you like to start?
What did the hamster die of?
So, what did the hamster die of? I don't really know, actually.
I think we all know, David.
You didn't take it back and ask your money back or ask an explanation about why it died?
You just brought the man who sold you the dead hamster on the show.
That's justice.
Who was the hamster for?
It was for the godson of some friends of mine. No, rather my godson, who is the son of some friends of mine.
Can I ask, are you close?
It was for God's son. For his birthday, I bought him a hamster, and he came down the next morning. And the hamster was no longer alive.
OK. Stephen.
Hello.
Could you remind us again of the name of the band?
Aragon.
OK. And what was the album?
The Wizard's Dream.
Can you name some of the songs on the album?
Yep.
In fact, I've changed the question. Name them all without stopping for breath.
There was The Dragon, which was 15 minutes long. Reflections of the Reaper. Fool by the Fire. Well, there were 4 songs, that's 3.
4 songs on an album?
Yeah, well, one was 15 minutes long.
Which year was this?
This was the early 90s, 1986.
How many members of the band were there?
There were 4 at that point.
Could you name the other members?
Yes.
Do it.
Right. Let's see where we're going. Charlie Dilks.
Yeah.
Good old Charlie. And Angus Ford Robertson.
And Fern. Now, you take sketches of this man here. So, what, you built up from fruit to flowers to his testicles, or...?
We started on a ladder and a bit of fabric and paintbrushes and things, and then we moved on to, eventually, Gordon, and he was there for three sessions.
Okay, now let me ask you this. When did you do this course?
2 years ago I started, and I still do them.
You still do them? Now, you get up and you rush off to the studio, you got 4 kids, and you have whatever extra things you do, and then you have time to go and paint men you don't know nuts.
Well, it's only... It's 7 o'clock to 8:30.
Really? Yes. Really? You're a very energetic woman, Fern. Do all that.
Don't say thank you. It's not a compliment, it's an accusation.
So, Lee's team. Is Gordon Stephen's ex-bandmate, David's hamster vendor, or Fern's nude model? OK,
what do you think, Reginald?
I don't think Fern had the time. I don't believe you would ever try to handle a hamster, living or dead. And I think it's you, because you and this cat here, Gordon, y'all got the same eyebrow.
And, so, Ken, you're going with Stephen as well?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's Stephen.
Let's go with Stephen.
Gordon, would you like to reveal your true identity?
My name is Gordon, and I was a guitarist in a progressive rock band called Aragon with Stephen, and we did record The Wizard's Dream.
Thank you very much for coming along tonight. Cheers. Gordon. Yes, the story was true. Gordon was Stephen's bandmate. And if you fancy listening to Wizard's Dream, simply log on to iTunes. There's literally tens of thousands of much better albums available right there. So, at the end of that round, David's team have 3 points, Lee's team have 3 points. Which brings us to our final round called Quickfire Lies, in which our panellists lie not only through their teeth, but against the clock. And again, they don't know whether they're about to read out a true fact about themselves or a lie that we've made up and they've never seen before. So we will start with Lee.
Last year, I was ordered to leave Blackpool Tower after I threw a sausage roll off the top.
How were you discovered? Did someone see you?
Security was at the top.
And saw you. Why did you throw it?
Well, because I'm a northern. I just thought the bin's over. You know, the bin was not in sight.
Why didn't you finish it?
Because actually, I'd already had one. This was my second. I was halfway through it, and I thought, no more for me.
Were they hot sausage rolls?
If you want, I'll give you the accurate heat of how they were. This hot.
Why did you throw it off the top? You're there, there's security there. It's a horrible thing to do. Someone, how fast is a hot, or even quite hot, sausage roll going to be moving by the time
No, you're wrong, David. No, it wasn't quite hot.
Morbidly obese child down on the promenade having a miserable time on holiday in Blackpool, of all places, and then he's just heard about the divorce of his parents, consoling himself with another load of high-sugar snacks, and the next thing he knows, a warmish sausage roll hits him slap in the face.
He's trying to eat the second sausage roll.
David, let's have a guess.
Fern.
I don't think he would.
I think it's a lie.
I think we think this is a lie.
Yeah.
You're all agreed?
Yes.
It's a lie?
It's a lie.
OK, Lee, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It's actually a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Lee was not ordered to leave the Blackpool Tower after throwing a sausage roll off the top. As if anyone from the north would waste something wrapped in pastry. Next, it's David.
As a child, at my grandparents' house, I had a little bell that I would ring if I wanted anything.
Lee,
why did you have a bell?
Well, there was a bell. It was a pre-existent bell. There was a bell in the house, and I liked it.
Only at the grandparents' house?
Yes.
Not at home?
Because your parents didn't play that shit.
Yeah. At home, you just sort of went... And... So how old were you?
About 6.
What were the things you wanted when you rang the bell?
More chips. A glass of orange squash. Sense of purpose in life.
Was it both grandmother and grandfather that would come and wait on you hand and foot, or was it just one or the other?
I was a small child. I was indulged to a certain extent, but then also to a certain extent there was... Can you actually just stop ringing your bell now? OK.
So, Lee's team, what do you think?
The parents could easily have had a bell, and the little brat could have just...
I liked the bell. I liked ringing the bell.
He liked ringing the bell. Is it true or is it a lie?
Reginald, delicious hunter.
Well, sausage roll, I believe that there's a simplicity to the story that rings true.
I'll go with that.
Go on, then. We'll say that that's true.
You're saying it's true. David, is it true or is it a lie?
Well, it is, in fact, true.
Yes. Yes, it's true. As a child, David's grandparents' house did have a little bell that he would ring if he wanted anything. Ding-a-ling. Could I have a posher upbringing, please?
That's a remarkable impression, because it has the advantage of also sounding quite a lot like Ken Livingstone.
I thought that was a You're absolutely right. As I did it, I thought, this isn't the best David Mitchell I've ever done.
Right.
If it was going to be one of the good David Mitchells, it'd be a bit more like this. I don't know why anybody would think I would do that. Why would they think that? And I'll tell you another thing. And next, Fern.
Ooh. Possession.
Now you have a box under the desk we'd like you to get out, please. That's it. Open it up.
This is my tea cosy. I take it absolutely everywhere with me because I can't stand a cold teapot.
For no reason at all. David, could you just put it on your head?
You all right?
Right, now get a big stick.
George Carey!
I feel quite important. Can I have a little bell?
If you take it everywhere, why isn't it more grubby?
Ooh, is it grubby?
How hot do you like your tea? How hot?
I don't like it when you go like this. Oh! Tongue's all burnt, and then the rest of the day you can't taste anything.
This is the language
this is
of
the Lee
the
Max
miming
scale.
burn.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, the rest
but
of
I like it
humanity
when it's like...
uses numbers to temperature. You use mime.
Yes. That would make sense. Is your tea all right? Yes, it's a number 7. Maybe a 6, I'm not sure.
So genuinely, the idea of numbers denoting temperatures is new to you. Do you think that sounds ridiculous?
Yes, it is.
Temperature is measured in units.
But you don't say it's a 7, do you? I'm talking to the lady, not the nutter.
You don't want a...
Ignore the...
Who would want a 7? Anyway, a cup of a 7? That's horrendously cold. In whichever scale.
Oh.
If it's centigrade, it's too cold. If it's Fahrenheit, it's solid.
So, Lee, we need a guess, please.
What do you think?
Come on. Come on, man. Come on.
Can you be equally cool?
I think it's a lie.
OK, so that's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie? Fern, is it true or is it a lie?
It's true.
Oh! Why do you do that?
Yes, it's true. That is Fern's tea cosy, and she takes it everywhere with her because she can't stand a cold teapot. Hey? That
Showbiz really is rock and roll, isn't it?
It's stashed full of skunk.
And that noise signals time's up. It's the end of the show. I can reveal tonight's score is a draw. David's team have 5 and Lee's team have 5. Of course, it's not just a team game, and my individual liar of the week this week is Fern Britton. Yes. Fern Britton, whose gigantic waffles were as beautifully showcased tonight as they were on her 2003 Pilates video. Good night.
Working with fish and chick tonight, but can they cut it? It's Blood, Sweat and Takeaways on the way next on BBC One. And Moe makes an unexpected friend in tonight's film, Lawn Dogs, at 12:05.